Cheers. So, where were we?
Where were we?
Beyond the puns and all the other things.
I think we finished with single-sided versus double-sided LP for songs 4 and 5.
Yeah, and how we record, how we cope with the distance, or rather how we not cope with it.
Because
we don't have to.
Don't really care.
To many people that when I talk about like when I take a taxi sometimes from my closest city to ship out orders, they ask me like, yeah, what do you do for a living, or what they think it's interesting because there's not a lot of artists in my area, and all the cab drivers know me because I'm the artist.
The local artist.
Yeah, I'm the local artist.
The local
so
artist.
they ask me like, yeah, so how's your next tour coming up? And they actually they're more updated about my life and my bands than some of our fans. It's amazing, and they're really nice people. So I enjoy talking to them, and yeah, I tell them that I have this band where I make 6 to 8 minute songs, and my bassist lives in Stockholm, which is 6 hours away from where I live, and my drummer lives in the Netherlands, and my guitarist lives in Belgium. And then we have a violinist in Skåne, which is like 3 or 4 hours south of where I live. And now, or I'm working on it, we may have a very good cello player in Mexico. So let's work on that distance.
We were happy staying in Europe, but now we don't.
It's not enough for me.
Now we don't.
I even have Mexican members, like a real good guitarist and bassist in Mexico and a great drummer.
This is also maybe important, we didn't prepare this, but important to step into. Like from the beginning, we were very conscious about the limitations of this distance. I think why it doesn't matter to us is because we're conscious about it. Sometimes
if we wasn't conscious about it, it would be a disaster, because that would be like a surprise. But
we have very...
Damn it, we live in different countries, of course we are aware of it.
Yeah, so sometimes
How could we not be?
One of us won't be taking part in
or if you have a job or something else, like you have a job that you happen to like, and I would never take that away from you, so we have to say no to a lot of like big tours and shit like that. But also, it's not a priority for me to make tours. Like I'm a musician, I want to compose music, and most of all, I want to be alone in my house.
Yeah, same.
I'm a misanthrope. Even if I'm nice to, when I meet you, or talk to you on the internet, or when I meet you in person, I will be a nice, calm, or as calm as possible person. But that's my social side.
Yeah.
My personality. But as an artist, I'm a misanthrope, and I like to be alone.
Yeah, same. I need solitude to make this work.
And you have, as me, many bands that people don't know about, because that's just what we do.
Yeah.
And again, misanthrope. It's not that we don't care about selling 500 or 5,000 more copies because we are in this or that band, or we sound like this or that. It's about the atmosphere and the music and the emotions of it.
The music, the feeling, the message, if there is one.
Yeah, because of course it makes sense that I won't promote your band if you don't ask me to, just because maybe you will sell 1,000 more copies of that release. That's not what it's about. It's about that you can do your different projects and feel like, I made something with my life as an artist. Not as a person. Fuck the person.
Ego destruction all the way.
Yeah.
This last year, 1.5, 2 years maybe, I've been a lot less active in hypothermia than I used to be. But like we said, the knowledge was always there, so there is no blame or no problem in communication. Like we expected this. This was going to happen sooner or later.
Yeah, it's never a personal thing, and I don't see it like, oh, he's avoiding me or not being active in the band. Like it's not about that.
No. We know about each other. We know each other well enough that sometimes we need
space.
time and distance, and we can literally.
Yeah, we're addicted to space or the lack of it.
We can literally not talk for months and then pick up the phone and it will be
this
like,
is the first time we meet in an actual year.
Yeah, it is.
We're in the same band and we've known each other for over a decade, but this is the first time this year that we meet in a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The last time was in
That
Prague.
doesn't change shit.
No.
That's just how life is sometimes. Some years we meet almost
Every month.
quarterly, monthly,
Yeah.
like it depends. Like there's been years when I've seen him maybe 5-6 times. This happens to be one of the years when I haven't. That's all.
Yeah. And
It's not personal.
The key is to not have expectations, because every expectation is the birth of a disappointment, and we have had enough disappointments in our personal and
Yeah.
artistic lives to
It's
not
hard
go
to work
through
with
that.
labels because that other members or guests, like the moment that you engage or invite a foreign element into something, you're prone, of course, to either be surprised in a positive or negative way.
Yeah.
And that's all it comes down to.
Yeah, and we're open to
It doesn't mean
either
that it's
experience.
bad. Yeah, exactly. That's why we have many guests in the band, and they don't have to be. We're not connected to that. We have to have like a lineup that's constant for every concert or every recording.
And we hope that we can like lay over this message that you shouldn't have expectations of us either.
Like if you're seeing us live, you shouldn't expect violins or cello or bass. Sometimes they are there, and we are very happy when they are.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes it's just me and a drummer, because maybe you can't get away from work,
Yeah.
or some of our friends can't
Yeah.
get away from work. But sometimes we're an orchestra. That's why we're the Orchestra of Misery, Vemodsorkestern. But sometimes it's just going to be me,
Yeah.
and maybe someone else.
And that's the important thing. Kim is the heart and soul of
Yeah.
hypothermia, and I, like I mentioned before, I'm a control freak, and I had to know this up front, and
Yeah.
I'm perfectly happy with it,
Yeah.
with my role
Yeah, it's
in
how we work,
hypothermia.
and that's why you have all the bands too. Like
Yeah, I have my own bands, and it's
That-
been busy. It's been good.
Yeah.
And Kim knows that I am sometimes not as available as
and
other
I'm
times.
just happy for you when you can approach and go towards your dreams or your destiny, because that changes every year.
Yeah.
Because that's a part of life. Every year, your map is growing and changing.
Absolutely.
And that's just how life is.
And
You
I think,
can't assume that your map is going to stay the same all the time. It's not a treasure.
yeah.
And
And in
you
that
should
sense,
treasure it, but it's not a treasure map for that sake.
hypothermia changed both our maps.
Yeah.
And our
Yeah, we had to realign and redesign a
Yeah.
lot of our lives. And I think in the long run it will be for the better, but we have had some bad moments, of course. Everyone has.
yeah.
It's
And
irrelevant in the long run.
We cope with it because we don't expect it to go well.
Yeah.
And one of these expectations that we noticed people have, we were a bit surprised in the beginning, but then afterwards we're like, yeah, maybe it's logical, but is the question about vocals.
Yeah.
A lot of you people started becoming a fan of hypothermia.
Yeah,
Life
maybe in the
Lover
beginning.
because of your
Yeah.
vocals.
Yeah, they're very specific, and I have many different kinds of voices which I'm known for. And then of course there is some years after I had hypothermia, and me and one of my friends started Life Lover, and of course then I had a lot of vocals instead. And people started to expect that from me,
Yeah.
that there will be vocals in every song, that we don't make pop songs.
Sometimes.
We're not vocal driven. Yeah, we can make pop songs, but that's not what we're about. And
So I think
it's really weird for me that people don't go out to post-rock bands or down-tempo bands. Like
And
they don't go to Earth or Mono and say, "Where's your vocals?"
vocals. I expected vocals here, but
Yeah.
they expected it from us. And we started
Yeah.
this video. We diverge a lot, but we started about Varakumbla,
Yeah.
and
Which
people were
is one of
very
the first
surprised.
releases that doesn't have vocals.
Yeah, and we're
Not even a ooh or ah.
and it really shows because the recording quality is quite clear.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for being a rehearsal production, I think
Yeah,
it's good.
complete
I don't
rehearsal.
understand why people can complain about it, but still, yeah, I can get in their mind to some extent. I can imagine why they would want something more, because everyone wants something better.
We can take it as a compliment. They like the vocals and they miss it. It's kind of a compliment. But why are they not there? Because they weren't necessary.
I won't add it just for the sake of it.
Exactly. It would have.
That's why we're talking English. We're not adding some French or Spanish just for the sake of it.
We could. We speak a lot of languages, the two of us combined, but.
Not for long.
That's for you Flemish people.
Yeah, fy fan.
Yeah, and then we did Zwartkunst also without vocals, and we got, of course, a lot more remarks.
And people don't know the backstory of that yet, because that album is actually an intro.
Yeah, but that's a different video story.
I'm retarded. Okay. Most bands do a song as an intro, but Hypothermia,
we do an album.
Well, come on, we made a 68-minute song. If anyone will make an album as an intro, who else? So come on, who else? Who else?
Maybe if you thought Zwartkunst was a bit of a boring album, it's because it's supposed to be a bit of a boring album.
Yeah,
it's an intro.
Yeah, and when you hear the next album, A Part of 3. You will understand why.
So.
Yeah, you should understand why it is what it is.
Mm-hmm. We hope so. We hope that you understand.
I'm really proud of it, and both me and Hans made a great work on it, and I was amazed by our violinist. She really transformed it, and our friend Dea, that stepped in of our friend Alex. Oh wow! Mm-hmm. Like the whole, and our new drummer, like everyone really put their effort in there. Like it will be. I believe that in a decade or two from now it will be a part of history.
I hope so.
I'm really proud of it.